Yo, let's talk about it. Terence Crawford versus Special K Kell Brook in 3 days time. We shall see who shall win. Off the rip, I'm gonna just tell you, and this is a breakdown video. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but off the rip, I'm gonna just tell you. Well, before I get into it, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more great content, boxing content, anime content for my anime fans out there, some music and hip hop content because that's the culture. And yeah, F with me. But with my like off the rip, I'm gonna just tell you guys, I feel like Bud's gonna stop Kell Brook. I feel like Bud's probably gonna stop Kell Brook by round 9, and I'm gonna give you some breakdowns on why. Um, we past couple days, they've been getting into it's fight week, so they're really promoting the fight big. I love the promotion that Top Rank is giving to us. I didn't expect anything less because of recent times they've been on that type time where it's like it's not even just them, boxing in general. It's like since this pandemic, and it's not even since this pandemic. It's been yeah, I'll say since this pandemic. Since this pandemic, they've been really focused on the promotion side of things. I guess because they know everyone's at home. You know what I mean? Like, or for the most part, a lot of people's at home. So it's like they're finally putting their graphic designers and stuff to use. Like, you know what I mean? These guys are finally getting paid for a reason because like they're putting up some great promotional videos, you know what I mean, and pictures and whatever, you know what I mean. But let's get right into it. From what I've seen, all up and through the build up of this, Kell Brook's goal was to get on weight, pretty much get on weight, get comfortable on that weight, or probably not even get comfortable at 147. Just get the 147 for the scales, and then rehydrate up because he knows there's no rehydration clause. Hold on, real quick. Okay, I'm back. And Bud Crawford, it looked like he was actually getting bigger, which was scared me because I'm like, damn, dude, you was already big coming in at welterweight. But it's like he got even bigger, and I'm like, okay, so are you gonna like you're getting bigger, and it's like it's gonna be harder for you to cut the weight down. But it's like we never really worry about Bud with making weight. Bud never had a problem making weight, so it's like I'm not really worried about it. But what I have noticed is that he's getting bigger. You know what I mean? And Kell Brook, his goal is to get smaller. Whenever you watch any interviews from both these guys, they did their press conference. It was pretty good, but their press conference and PBC's press conference had issues. As it makes sense, you know what I mean, because they're doing it through Zoom, so there's going to be technical difficulties. But both press conferences was good. But what I noticed from it was that Kell Brook, he's real drained. He's drained right now. You know what I mean? And he just was on First Take today, actually. You know what I mean? And he sounded real drained, and he was just talking about I'm gonna make weight Friday, and then I'm gonna take care of Crawford on Saturday. And I'm like, that's dope, but it's like he was like very visibly drained. You know what I mean? And it's like Kell Brook, I don't doubt that with this rehydration class, he's not gonna come in re-energized and just as healthy as ever and just as strong as ever. But there is those possibilities. It's just a day. You know what I mean? Like, people make it seem like you really get that much time. Like, you know what I mean? It's not the amateurs where you gotta weigh in and then just fight the same day. But at the same time, though, it is just a day. And it's like that, like, I just don't know if he's gonna get enough fat back to that brain to help him. You know what I mean? Kell Brook has a great 1-2. Kell Brook has great footwork, great timing. He was right what he said in his interview with First Take. He did give out the blueprint to stop Triple G. He definitely did. He stuck with he broke Triple G down. As a matter of fact, that fight, what a lot of people don't bring up, that fight, they say that fight and the Spence fight took a lot out of Kell Brook, and he might not be the same fighter. But what people don't fail to realize is it took a lot out of Triple G and out of Spence as well. Because at the end of the day, after Spence became champion, we haven't been seeing Spence just knock people out. And we definitely never really seen Spence just knock people out except Bundu, you feel me? But we haven't seen Spence actually stopped somebody. I don't think since Special K. Well, he fought Lamont Peterson and he fought Ocampo, but at the same time though, that was what, a liver shot, and Lamont Peterson just wasn't the level of a Spence. But I'm not taking nothing away from Spence. Spence actually did stop people, so let me backtrack on that, okay? But at the same time though, with Triple G, he definitely exposed Triple G because it was just Triple G was going downhill after that. His best fight was the Canelo fight and everything, but I just feel like no. Did he fight any takeouts before or after he fought Kell Brook? Either way, Triple G takes a lot of punishments. I feel like almost all of his fights takes something out of Triple G. But at the end of the day, Triple G, he got hit a lot against Kell Brook, and Spence got hit a lot against Kell Brook. So those fights, I'm pretty sure, took a toll on them as well. You know what I mean? They needed to heal up as well. Kell Brook is a hell of a fighter, time as well. But the problem is he's going against Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford isn't pound for pound number one for no reason, dude. Like I said before, he's getting stronger. So when you hear him in these interviews, he has hella energy. And I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be like cutting weight, or like you expect him to be cutting weight, because I know he walks around being like 160. So either way, you're cutting weight, like you shouldn't be that energized, but the man seemed energized. And Kell Brook, every interview I've seen, he just seemed so drained. Before training camp, he was cool, but it's like the more and more he got in the training camp, the less he was able to the slower he spoke, pretty much. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's something I'm definitely noticing. Whenever they fight, I feel like Bud's gonna stop him probably by round 9, and it's for a good reason, because Kell Brook is Kell Brook. But at the same time though, Kell Brook, I don't know how well he'll do against a Bud Crawford who can fight going backwards, fight going lateral. Because Kell Brook, he comes forward with his 1-2, but if someone can knock you out, someone who got one punch knockout power in both hands, who can also punch while going backwards, punch while going lateral, counter punch, he could switch up rhythms, he can take a punch as well, he has great footwork. It's like it's just all of the cards, honestly. If you look at both of their traits pretty much and see what good outweighs the bad, there's more good traits for Crawford than for Kell Brook, even if you eliminate the ass situation. It's just like Kell Brook, he has a great 1-2. He's great on the front foot. He can counter, but at the same time, he's more so out punch with you. You know what I mean? So he's a great brawler. He holds a lot. He was holding a lot in the Sean Porter fight. You know what I mean? And then he got stopped by Earl Spence and by Triple G. And I feel like that's just the UK curse. They have glass chins. You know what I mean? They can box their ass off, but them boys get knocked out. You feel me? So it's like with him trying to hold against a Bud, that's not really going to help. Because Bud, we seen he'll throw a bigger guy off him. Like Bud can actually wrestle. You know what I mean? So it's just like and I think that just aids to his clinch game. I mean, to his to the whole game. You know what I mean? Because it's just like when Kell Brook tries to hold, or like just the same way Jeff Horn tried to hold, or Amir Khan tried to hold, he just throws you off of him. Like, you know what I mean? And then he gets back to work. I don't know how well Kell is going to take body shots from Terence Crawford, because again, Terence Crawford has one punch knockout power. He's a switch hitter, and he's a master switch hitter, where he can box a whole night southpaw, box a whole night orthodox. He got knockout power in both hands, and what I mean by knockout power is he don't have to wear you down with punches. He one shot to the temple, he can get you out of here, like on some Ryan Garcia shit. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to compare those two, because obviously Ryan's not the caliber of a Terence Crawford, but you understand the comparison though, where it's just like there's people who got one punch knockout power, and there's people who actually gotta lather you up with punches pretty much until you fall. You know what I mean? And it's like with Terence Crawford, he's the one with the one punch knockout power, and Kell Brook, he's the one that gotta wear you down with a whole bunch of punches. Kell Brook, and just like mostly every European fighter, they have a great 1-2, have a great uppercut, usually a counter uppercut or whatever, but they don't have hooks. Their hooks are terrible. And it's just like without a hook, it's hard for you to really be a great counterpuncher, which I don't consider Kell Brook a great counterpuncher. He's a great offensive fighter, and a person who could punch with you. Now the interesting thing is they both have the same amount of knockouts, 27 knockouts. So obviously Kell Brook, he has that power, but at the same time though, it's just, can you actually land that punch on Terence Crawford? Terence Crawford fought smaller fighters who was the caliber of a Kell Brook. So what I mean by smaller fighters is they have fast feet, fast hands, and they still couldn't land that punch. Kell Brook, he's not even a welterweight. He's a super welterweight. He can even go to middle if you want to. The higher you go in weight class, the slower your feet becomes. Even if you got fast feet for that weight class, you go down a weight class, your feet is not going to be as fast as those people at a lower weight class. Terence Crawford brought his feet with him going up in weight. Kell Brook, he's the one that's trying to squeeze and come down in weight. It's like Canelo Alvarez coming to fight like Jamal Charlo and anybody like that. Like, yeah, I already had Jamal Charlo beating him, but we're not going to see the best Canelo for some fact that we've seen Canelo go all the way up to light heavyweight. He's going to be drained somehow, some way. You know what I mean? So it's just like, though I already had Jamal Charlo beating him before he even did all that foolery, it's just facts. So it's just like, it's going to be a hell of a fight with Terence Crawford and Kell Brook. But Terence Crawford, he's a hell of a counter puncher. He can punch going forward, back, laterally. He can punch with you. He can switch hit. He got one punch knockout power. He can take a punch. He can change up the rhythms real good, like a Mayweather, where it's like the fight won't just be this rhythm, and he's the one that dictates the pace of the fight usually, even if someone's coming forward. And that's what I mean by he's a great fighter going backwards. There's a lot that's going to be said after this fight, and it's not even going to be about this fight, for the simple fact that Terence Crawford, he said on where was he at? Was it Last Stand? It was Last Stand podcast, I believe. He has about 6 months to a year left in his contract with Bob. Hence why Bob said on Barbershop Conversations that it is a possibility for Bud to leave and go to PBC. And Bud, he never been opposed to it. It's just business is business, and he's loyal. So it's just like, even with this last year, he still represents Bob Arum. But there is a possibility that he's going to be, because I seen it was some of this. I think it was on his Instagram, maybe. Or was it at his press conference? I forgot where I seen it at, but you do see the BNB Boxing Promotions on Bud's gym now. And at first I just thought, like, okay, yeah, he is training kids, so maybe he's promoting some of his kids amateurly, and then some local pros and stuff like that. But then it hit me. I'm like, well, maybe he's starting to get everything together, because we seen Gervonta Tank Davis promotions, even though he's under Mayweather promotions. You know what I mean? PBC, they tend to create their fighters tend to create their own promotion companies, because PBC is not a promotion company, so to say. You know what I mean? It's like a mall for promotion companies. But maybe that's what Bud's setting up. So there's going to be a lot to talk about. Just like Sean Porter finally coming out saying that he wants the Bud fight, and saying how him and Bud, they was playing basketball together before Bud even came to welterweight, and they both had their eyes on Danny Garcia before Danny, you know what I mean, lost to Sean Porter, because the history that Terrence and Danny has. So there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about. Like, Crawford's going to get his fights, but first he has to get past Kell Brook. Kell Brook is not an easy person to get past. That's why you're seeing that I said that he looks drained, and he doesn't have enough intangibles or whatever, or qualities to match a Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? And it's not nut hugging, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? And it's his job to prove us wrong, because he is B-side. You know what I mean? So we shall see. I wish the best for both opponents, even though Terence Crawford is my favorite fighter in the world, you know what I mean, especially in boxing, obviously. I tell people all the time, if he takes a loss, it is what it is. I'm not going to make excuses for nobody. He's a grown man. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not no little boy. You know what I mean? So it's just like, if he takes a loss, at least it's to the likes of a Kell Brook or fighters alike. You know what I mean? Of a Kell Brook or undefeated fighter. But it's just like, Kell Brook's the bigger guy, but he's barking up a tree, man. Like, Crawford takes out undefeated fighters, and Kell Brook is not an undefeated fighter, but Crawford looks like he's salivating out the mouth. Like, I haven't seen him with this much energy and excitement for a fight since the tops of Spence when it first came out. We're just like, you see the kid in Crawford coming out, like, he's just like excited. Whereas with Kell Brook, he's excited and he wants to say a lot, but it seems like he don't have the energy to. And I'm like, that is scary, dude. I know how, because I'm a fighter, you know what I mean? So I know, and I'm cutting weight right now. Like, even though my fight ain't until January, got pushed back from November to January. But, yeah, like, cutting weight is some shit. Like, you feel like a hollow egg, you feel me? And that's why I like, you got to get to that weight, get used to that weight, you know what I mean? And then start building back up. And it's like, with Kell, it seemed like he don't have that opportunity. It's all about coming down to 147 for a split second, and then eating, and then rehydrating, and then coming and then fighting the fight that he believes he can fight with him at 100%, which I just don't see Kell Brook is going to be 100%. I want him to be, and I don't take, and even if he isn't, it doesn't take anything from Crawford. Like this is just a fight game. It is what it is. This is literally the fight game. Like, people come in, you know, you only gotta be perfect one night. You know what I mean? And then there's shit that happened that might take you off your game in a fight. But this is what world champions is all about. So both of them could be drained for all I know. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We shall see. But my prediction stands. I see Crawford stopping Kell Brook by round 9. Will he drop Kell Brook in between that? Sure, because he got one punch knockout power. Like, I see him being able to drop Kell Brook from time to time, possibly even the first round, the same way he did Amir Khan. With people with one punch knockout power, the knockdowns and knockouts are unpredictable. You can't say whenever Tank Davis is gonna have a knockout. You can't say when Deontay Wilder is gonna have a knockout. You can't say when Terence Crawford is gonna have a knockout. It's like those type of people, whenever when it lands, it lands. You know what I mean? And I'll even throw Ryan in there, because I love Lil Ryan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he placed the punches on the button, either the jaw or the temple. It's like, that will lay your opponent out. If you don't have one punch knockout power, at least know where to throw your punch, so you can disguise your power with one punch knockout power. And if Ryan Garcia don't have it, or if Terence Crawford don't have it, or if Deontay Wilder and Tank don't have it, they at least know where to throw their punches to disguise it, which I would never say they don't, because like I said, they got one punch knockout power. So it's just like, again, this is a scary night for Kell Brook. It's a big fight for Terence Crawford. This is game time, baby. This is for him to show us what it's all about, what he's all about, because everyone ducked Kell Brook. Sean Porter's a person that don't duck nobody. So Sean Porter fought him, and Sean Porter, in my eyes, beat him. There was too much holding in that fight, but whatever. He fought and beat Sean Porter, and he fought Triple G and Spence to a great fight. Like, those was hell of a fights. Like, you know what I mean? His body gave out. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And those guys was victorious. But I don't take nothing away from Kell Brook, because he still did what he did in those fights, and he came back and won. I thought he only won one fight, but they said he won like 2. And then I heard somebody else say 3. But whatever, he came back and beat a couple other people afterwards. So it's just like, he's good. Like, we shall see what happens. You know what I mean? Till next time, guys, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, what do you think is going to happen in this fight? Do you think that both of them is going to drop each other? Do you think that Kell Brook's going to win? Do you think Crawford's going to win? How do you think this fight's going to actually play out? You know what I mean? In my eyes, I feel like it's going to be Kell Brook trying to take it to him, trying to cut the ring off early, so Crawford can't make it a boxing match, which is going to make it look similar to the Velasquez. But the thing about it is, Kell Brook doesn't have what Velasquez has, and it's not a slight to Kell Brook. It's just different styles. Whereas Kavaliauskas, he knows how to be flat-footed at times, and knows when not to punch. You know what I mean? Like his timing was like so on point, to the point where it's like, and how awkward he was being like flat-footed and just standing there at times, and then just out of nowhere just punching out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like he has an awkward, jerky style. You know what I mean? Kell Brook, he's more fluid coming in your face, and that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a big problem for him, because you're gonna be looking like Jeff Horn. You're gonna be getting work to the body, up top, and your chin is not gonna hold out. I'm telling you guys. So, what I'm saying, I'm being generous with this round 9, but I say round 9 for the simple fact that Kell Brook, he's gonna try to stop him from making a boxing match early, which may lead them getting dropped first round or early on, and then he's going to have to box. And then whenever he have to box Terence Crawford, that's where he's going to have some success at times. But at the same, because he got that 1-2, and he's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. 39-2, 27 knockouts, hell of a fighter. But it's the thing that with Terence Crawford's different tempos. And I don't think that, I think that his bag of tricks is just too deep for Kell Brook's IQ. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments, because that's just what I think. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Till next time, please like, comment, and subscribe, and sign out.